Alrighty. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone in the chat. How are we all doing? What is going on? How are we all feeling? How is life treating everyone? Um, we are back here again for Talking Blue Poetry on a Wednesday night with me, your host, Jason, with the most incredible microphone you could ever imagine. But yeah, it's a lot of questions all at once. I will give you a few seconds to respond while I check the chat and try to engage with you people, with everyone watching, and hopefully we can get through these weird times together. But before we get started, I just want to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. I think most of us know and are aware today we had an earthquake, and a lot of people were affected, and sort of grounds us a little bit to acknowledge what nature and what the land can do. But I think it's even more important to acknowledge the land that we conduct ourselves on is stolen land, and that sovereignty was never ceded. But also in good news, I don't know if anyone has heard this, but Fraser Island has now officially, by the World Heritage Organization, has been officially renamed from Fraser Island to Guri or Gari. I've seen two spellings, so I apologize if I have said that wrong, but they have now officially changed it, and I think that is some pretty good news, if you ask me. So, we're saying that we are, once again, as I said, we're back here, talking blue, but that's not all we have. But I'm going to stall for a second, because I just want everyone to talk to each other in the chat for a little bit. It's not all about me, even though I kind of want to. Hello, Michelle. Look, see, I'm hosting. I've done this 3 or 4 times now. I know what I'm doing. But yeah, I just want everyone to say hello in the chat to each other, make friends, virtually hug. Do that. Although I feel a little bit weird facilitating hugs. I don't know, even though virtually. But yeah, okay, that's enough of that. So, what do we have going on? First of all, I'm just going to say we have Vibe Union has a cheeky little tip jar in the description. There's no obligation to partake in spending your money on the lovely humans that Vibe Union are. But if you do feel inclined, we all know, we're all aware that still we're in hard times, and money isn't always easy to come by. So yeah, there's no pressure. But if you do feel the hand of Vibe Union come down and want, and no, I'm not encouraging love. That's not a thing. Stop it. If you feel the hand of Vibe Union, gently tap you on the shoulder and handing out the bucket of goodness, just place a couple of cents or dollars in there. You do you. Okay, we've got that done. We have some new things going on. New things, relatively new things. So next week, instead of Talking Blue, next Wednesday on the 29th of what's the month? September. Yes, we have Vibration Creation. And what is that, you may ask? Well, it is a night where we have producer and artist come together online one night and write and create a song in, say, 2 to 3 hours. They get their musical juices flowing. They pretty much. They write, they have fun. We have fun watching. I did it last week, and I won't lie, I was quite anxious, but we killed it. 6 pence on the producer beats. That's a thing. That's the thing people say in music. But who do we have next week at the Vibration Creation? I remember the name. We have Mutha as the producer, and we have Kelsey, 6 pence, and Madstalk. Yes, if I'm not correct, then someone will interject in a couple of seconds and tell me that I'm wrong. And also hosted by the one and only MQ. And speaking of MQ, we have another event in which I am hugely underqualified to announce. So if he is ready and feels the need to cut in at any time right now to announce this.
Well cued. The master of the segue.
Look at that. I'm learning. I was like,
you've done great, man. It's great to hear from you, and you're doing a great job. How good is Jason going tonight, folks? I know I'm seeing the love, and the broccolini's a nice touch. I think there's something about a bunched together vegetable where it's like, is it technically one or is it multiple? That I think it sets a really good tone.
It becomes one. It becomes whole. It becomes a union of veg.
Veg union with Jason. Oh, that's too good. Well, I won't sit here and praise you too long. I know it makes you uncomfortable. I just wanted to chat about Kairos real quick. We're very excited as Vibe Union to be partnering with Kairos. It's a virtual festival happening. The date's been moved, actually, for those of you that were with us last week. The date's been moved to Saturday, the 2nd of October, and it's going to be running from 6 p.m. till 8:30 p.m. It's a festival bringing together a whole bunch of different kinds of forums, discussions, art, creativity, and expression, and we'll be bringing together community, culture, and creativity in that way. So we're really excited to be a part of it in the way of running the Express Room as part of the festival. So come along and check that out. We've got some great artists already signed up. I think we've got 1 or 2 slots still to go. So be sure to go check out the Vibe Union Instagram to find that link and get in amongst it. And that's the way. So next Saturday, tickets and information should be available down below in the description. Otherwise, on Facebook, look up Kairos. Facebook and LinkedIn, you'll find the event links and information as well. Back over to you, Jason.
Thank you, MQ. All right, I think that's all the admin. And I said, if I screw up anyway, I will be told. I will be mercilessly beaten off stage. And so I'm really scared of fucking up. Anyway, I'm going to ask you all a question. Ready? You all ready? Hope you all are. Are you ready for our first poet? I'm going to wait a couple of seconds for replies because I can, and that's how this thing works. And I'm looking at the comments right here. Ooh. We got one ready. All right, cool. I've got 2. That's good enough for me. So we have a new poet to the Vibe Union Talking Blue live stream. I had a little chat with them before. Relatively new to the scene, the poetry scene, but that don't matter. Let's make them welcome. Show the love in the chat. Without further ado, please welcome Nabila.
Hello, thank you so much for having me.
All good.
Thank you. So hi everyone, my name is Nabila. I work in HR by day, and at night I guess I've kind of tapped back into writing poetry, and I wanted to share 2 of the most recent pieces that I've written. But before I do that, I just want to take a moment to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet today and pay my respects to their elders past and present. Okay, so I'm going to get straight into it. This specific piece that I wrote is called Texts I Didn't Send, and I wrote it about all of the things that we often can leave unsaid in relationships. All right, cool. 3:11 a.m. I can't sleep. 3:12 a.m. Missing you is like my lungs longing for air. 3:13 a.m. You walking away pains, it cut deep. 3:14 a.m. You're silent, non-responsive. Do you even care? 3:15 a.m. I know I pushed too hard, pushed too quick. I didn't know love could exist any differently. 3:16 a.m. I've been ruminating, replaying the shoulda, coulda, woulda story. 3:17 a.m. That's why I called you that night, but I couldn't deliver, spitting words nonsensically, incoherently. 3:18 a.m. The truth me, 3:18 a.m. The truth is, the old me, she was insecure. 3:19 a.m. I didn't understand that people flourish when the love they receive is free, liberating. 3:20 a.m. Instead of allowing you to be, I was trying to shapeshift you into a godly being. 3:21 a.m. Forgetting that in asking so much of you, our connection was obliterating. 3:22 a.m. I didn't tell you that night. I write poetry about you. Words flow effortlessly when they're about you. Exactly like how we flowed when we were together. 3:23 a.m. I'm entranced, hypnotized, swayed by the depths of your expansive minds. 3:24 a.m. But it didn't take long for the energy to shift. The introduction of expectations and monogamy got you defensive, and I didn't figure out until too late that you were the running kind. 3:25 a.m. It sounds like insanity, but I know you felt it. The moment of click, like attracting like. Yeah, this is my person. 3:26 a.m. I think you're running scared, questioning, deliberating. Can love really feel this good? 3:27 a.m. You question if it'll last, if I'm for real. I'm your ideal woman. That's my self-assertion. 3:28 a.m. If we harvested, we could have been fruitful, birthing life into our individual personhood, only to transition into parenthood. 3:29 a.m. Maybe the end is divine intervention, foreshadowing and foreseeing. 3:30 a.m. I heard a story that when people give what they don't have, they turn into stone. 3:31 a.m. I get it now. You need solitude so you can finally be your own. 3:32 a.m. Maybe that's our journey, to tend to the tides of our soul, to feel a self-love so sharp that it cuts down to the bone. 3:33 a.m. I pray that the stars align, that our paths cross, faded lovers who've grown, finally ready to deep dive into the deep unknown, together, no longer alone. And I have one more piece, and I called this one Seeds That Sprout. And I wrote this randomly as I was watering my plants. So I just thought I'd kind of put some words together, and this is what I came up with. I'm planting a seed. I've never grown anything before or used my hands to bear life. I worry it won't be fruitful or lush or prosper into something big or beautiful. I worry that the soil might not be right, or the fertilizer won't work, or the weather conditions will be too harsh. What if the roots don't take? Or what if the roots aren't firm? What if? 2 words. They stall. They terrify you away. Like there's a lion unleashed, chasing you, further away. An illusion. It's trapping you, caging you. But a caged bird still sings. What if? 2 words. They push. They ignite. Desire. Allow it to dwell. Allow it to burn. What if that can be the seed to growth? And yeah, that's it for me.
Well, thank you. I'm finding it hard to believe that you've only just started doing poetry, but that's but you're getting a lot of love in the chat. They're loving your words, they're loving your outfit, they're loving everything. So feel free to go back to the comments for that ego boost if you like. But no, thank you, everyone. It was incredible. Thank you. Yeah, all I say, thank you. It was incredible. Alrighty. Well, I mean, I don't really have to say how everyone liked that, because you've already expressed it. But if you want to put some, let's put some plant emojis in there. You know, let's do that. I have spoken. Let's do that. And while you're doing that, I'm going to introduce the next poet on the bill. They're making themselves quite well known now in the Vibe Union ranks, and that's always a good thing. They're the smooth rhymes and the quick talk. It's I remember some lovely video game Mario references, and I'm always a sucker for that. So talk them up enough. But please, everyone, welcome to the virtual stage. Right.
Hey, thank you.
No worries.
So for spoken word, I do something a little different than what I do on the Saturdays with the music. I've got 2 written up. I got a quick one, and I got a quick silly one, and I got another one that's like a bit more with the wordplay side of it. So I think you'll like that because I know you dig my wordplay. So yeah,
it's on camera. So yes, I do.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll let you take it away. Have some fun.
All right, sweet as. So I was thinking the other day about parts. You know, we got all of these parts, all of these bodies of ours. They're messed up, man. Bodies are weird. So I was thinking about that with my mace, and I said it to a friend, and I said, honey, you know, I want that cyborg shit. Give me the Tachables. When we invent them, I'ma brand them, call them Snatchables. Cause we wanna stack them and snack on them like they're Lunchables. Put some ham on these cheesy crackers was unstoppable. I can't feel all of these in here, I'm uncroppable. 5-second rule, these things undroppable. Looking so fly, the forecast is probable. Federal monk, shadow nitty bitty, but we unpoppable. Got all of your favorite flavors, this shit's hot swappable. Ain't no Basement Jacks, I'ma smack your dick up, it's too floppable. Ain't no messy ass bitch, I'm just not toppable. Ready or not, I'm coming hot, 5-star, about to rob 'em all. Bet you never thought I'd shoot my shot, but I'm unparalleled. Cause I'm skipping cloud, that ain't what I'm about. I'm attacking titans, I'm about to make a giant's fall. Now peace now, don't you ever die. That an enemy like me couldn't never rule them all. And that's my thoughts on parts. And that's like I said, it's a quick little thing, but I had the second one for a bit of wordplay. That's mostly focused on the wordplay, yeah. So we're gonna go with this. I just get straight into it. I haven't got a title for it, but I'll probably add a few more verses down the track. As it is, though, I like the fact that I'm kind of there isn't a lot of MBness in the world. There needs to be more of it. But I like the idea of being a mix worldwide MC, Dempsey, B-Bay Scribs, those and RN prescribes, no, those and on these kids are popping melodies like Liz, but they're not as cool as a Weber that's Miles Morales. Peter Parker poked that prodigy and they packed a punch, but I'm pulling mine like pickles off of my lunch. But about time that I hit him with that energy, back up cause I tend to blow like Bruce Banner on a gamma ray, cause I'm loose like a hammer and I'm planning a eulogy, like a spanner I'm wrenching them out of the sea. Tend to be iller than Iliad. Last standing and they call it an odyssey. When I spit I never drill, that's NBA Mosquitoes. That's me. Cause I'm colorful sweet and I still knock out their teeth. Check your feelings please, I got socialist teeth, I'm a beast. I like my rhymes the way I like my bussy. Tight, the flow Gucci. Got that coochie growing brighter than a starry night. Van going out of my mind, so past the Dutchie. I'm just thinking, here getting started. My gifts, they's imparted. So they think they's the shit, but you know, peeps, they just farted. I'm about to be a hit, so y'all better stay guarded, cause I flow like the breeze. No hide it from me. I lock them down like disease, and I'll be killing it like COVID-19. That's it from me.
Well, hot damn. My favorite, one of my favorite things that you do is not it is the lyrics and the words, but the seamless transition. You just start from talking, and then all of a sudden you get into it. There's a few comments in the chat, like just the way you can just start talking and then just get into it right there, and it just sort of, oh, okay, we're going now. Right, we're in with it.
Yeah. I feel so bad if you ever get me on a mic with a DJ, because they're never gonna know when I'm time to play, because they're just gonna like I'm just gonna roll into the music that way, and they're not gonna realize it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He cut me off and you just go for it. So,
They'll be like, "Oh shit, do I start mixing now? Do I play his jam?" It's like, yeah, man, hit the ground. I'm running that shit.
Give me warning. But
No.
Thank you. I like it. I like the attitude. No, it's your problem, not mine. Yeah.
No, it's just it's a lot more fun that way. You know, you can get it's rap and poetry is a conversation. You know, and it's a conversation, and you know, it's just about working through the different syllables till you master that syllabus. Anyway, y'all have a good one. Exactly. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. All right. Considering that from that first little ditty, I want some body emojis. That's a thing. Yep. I'm worried about asking that now, but I've said it, so we're going to go with it. Oh God, the power I wield with this broccolini. Anyway, let's keep it moving. We have another poet. They've been around a long time, and we always enjoy hearing their stories, hearing their words, hearing their poems. So, please, everyone, make welcome to the stage, Sam.
Hello, everyone. How are we? Woo!
Hello.
Jason, thank you.
Oh, good. Yes. Thank you.
It's good to be back. I was here Saturday. I think I was here last Wednesday. So you can't. I've started. You can't get rid of me. So too bad.
Yeah, I know. We've tried.
I will say a quick shout out to Nabila. Welcome. It must be daunting starting on, like the comfort of your home, but then like with no people in front of you. I love just being in front of random strangers and trying to make it work. So this is more daunting for me. So I'm like, is there really anyone out there? You know, it's welcome. We're all cool. You were great. And trees, seeds, and all that stuff. The color green has been so important to my like getting through all this shit. I sit out in the backyard, and I'm not the gardener, but my dad's the gardener / lockdown baker that's keeping it all on lock. So the little sprouts and the fresh bread, yeah, respect. I felt that, and I've got a little tree thing in this piece I'm going to read. So yeah, vibing.
All right. Well, I'll let you. I'll hand over to you. So.
All right,
take
cool.
it away.
Thanks, Jason. Appreciate it. I'm going to share. I think this was the first poem I ever did in a Talking Blue in person. I'm going to bring this one back. I'm working on it again. And since I had a really good week last week, just the piece I shared on Saturday, Starlight and the Barman. That's the big. What's the big white whale called? Anyway, you know when you catch like a big fish or whatever metaphor you want to use, that's the big one, and it was rolling. And since I've had that bit of momentum, I'm seeing the first collection of work come together now. So I'm going to be pushing that piece and this one and a few others into a collection for the end of the year, something like that, as poems to go with little pictures, and then I want to make them songs as well. So God forbid you should ever hear me sing and play instruments, but we'll get there one day. So yeah, this is called No. I'm pretty sure this is the first I did back in the day, in the before times. And it's a work in progress, a little behind the scenes. This one's different because my process is usually to write and edit and write to a piece of music, and then let it sit on the shelf for long enough so that I can take the lyrics, take the words unassociated from the song I wrote them to. I can't write without music, but then I can't reuse the music. So I have to let it sit long enough for the association to drop off, pick up the words, and then put that to new music of my own. So it's usually a long thing and like two different parts that need to be stuck together. That's usually the way I work. But this is a piece I've written to music I'm going to actually use. I've written this to a classical piece, and you can kind of get away with using classical without getting samples and all that kind of shit. It's all about how copyright law works. But anyway, this is a piece I really want to eventually put on the guitar. This is a piano piece, and I have a very strong connection to this piece. It just came in and it means a lot to me. So I've written this to Claire de Lune by Claude Debussy, if anyone knows that. And I'm a massive amateur classical music nerd. So yeah, keep that in mind. One day I'll try and put that over this, and it might be a total disgrace, or it might work. So this is No, as of right now, work in progress. The boy said, leave the line. And the sun said, no. Walk I must from dusk till dawn, to dust return, and you with me, say I. Sun shook shackles, light tumbled down, grow the herb and burn the earth. I was a working bull's hide, I was a bullock's hind legs, dragging the dray, bringing that sing-song man to the sunburned land. And swallow me whole, he said to the dirt. She, the country, say no. There's work to be done, and you're not off so soon. I run this killing floor, and you're going nowhere till I say it, say I. He sweep floor of brethren's blood, dishwash the wine glass, lay out tables for some other's banquet, and walk hard as he work, dream much as he dare, that this nightmare would pass, and morn would rise like it had long before. And mid-sleep his paralysis, a spectre hanging over, give me an answer, he said to the hanging ghost. No, said they, you must find the peace amongst the pain. Go where you won't, go back where you came from. Go read that book, The Alchemist. Go read that book, The Alchemist, again. He pulled the book from a beat-battered backpack, it paperback yellowed and old with the time. Tell me the ending, he said to the cover, and no, it spoke. The story is the journey, the lesson inside. The turning page makes the dust jacket pictures worthy the ink. The story is the journey, the lesson inside. The turning page makes the dust jacket picture worthy the ink. I said, he said, look, Mr. Book, I'm a busy guy. No time for this talking book nonsense. He tossed it aside somewhere on the high street, strode the pavement and strode into the bar. Pour me a drink, he said to the barman. Barman said, no, you made me promise you'd keep the 12 steps. You said yourself, keep your ghost like a brother. I do, and you better get out of my sight. He fled into the night, the ground and the light, love like he's known, running head first, breeze blowing, worst day, Melbourne's most moody season. Come to see, he came to see in long time, long walking, came to be under a tree. Think, oh, woe be me. When the clouds lift, I'm often under a tree, watching a tree sway in the breeze. Oh, Mr. Tree, won't you spare me a leaf? No, said the tree. I've reached my whole life, these spindle fingers, my green gold to the sky, and each a trophy, each a battle won, and don't give them lightly, only he, wilting sun, so sad when he going, do I wilt my condolence, a red-orange blanket for grow cold Mother Earth. He left empty-handed, walk on to the only shelter that'd have him, know how hold what's broken. He asked Mother, Mother, why bear into this here cruel world, where every cross needs a bearing, all roads are dead ending? Was it to spite with what you wished you'd known too long ago? No, said she, but more or less to bless another, feel the waves as they made me, and I, the mother, you, my little man, fallen into these my arms that once reared you, arms that once reared you, held you up, lay you down, these weary shoulders, broad as one body can be, and a bit broken too, and their wavering owner, who's known the trouble, but what beast lurks dark corners, but did her best to not let grow that bastard seed sown by the corner of the star-crossed road. I, that great mother, a mother all your own, I grant you a second chance. Go and go fast. If the skin I cast no longer fits, if the family portrait paints a black sheep, then stow the canvas safe, run wild in your sleep, for wonders all the challenge, your world's for a changing, and it's high time you did too. Now go, get gone, get out of my sight, for the Bachelor's on the TV tonight. Yes, I said, Mum. Yes, Mum, you're right, as always, and thank you. I'll never forget. She peered over the top of her glass, love in her eyes like two moons in the night. And I strode into the light, a man fashioned out of the boy, not the spite, the lining, not the cloud, a mother could be proud. Thank you.
Ooh, wow. As always, imagery on point. Storyteller for the ages.
Thank you. Sorry if I went over. I don't know, but yeah. Thanks for having me.
To be honest, I don't think anyone really cared. Chat was going off. It's always a pleasure. You always bring some such vivid imagery, vividry, if you may, to your poems. So we always appreciate you coming along and sharing your pieces.
I appreciate VU and Jason and everyone behind the scenes, whether it's Mash, Rye, you're all great. Wouldn't be here without you guys. So thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. Oh, well, I think we're all still in the mood for poetry, right? I hope so. If you're not, you're in the wrong stream. Or are you in the right stream? Anyway, that's a question for another time. We are going to keep moving forward. We have another performer, another poet. They are new to the Talking Blue live stream, but we first saw them on Saturday at The Floor Is Yours. I'll say that again, the floor is yours. That's better. Anyway, I'm going to be quiet now. So please, everyone, make them feel welcome. Welcome to the stage, Aurora.
Hey there.
Hello.
I'm going to mix it up a little bit with my first language and second language in terms of
please do. Please do.
Singing. Singing.
And, we want more of that. We encourage it. So
so I hope you don't mind. Yeah. So this is highly experimental, and it's the first time I've actually presented these poems, because I largely write poetry for like myself and stuff like that. And sometimes I share it, but yeah, doing it as a performance piece. Yes, it'll be interesting to see how it comes about.
Well, thank you for sharing. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, so these are some snippets of poems that I wrote last year, when sort of first lockdowns and stuff like that were happening. Trivial chatter loop haunting my rest, sleepwalking through endless cocooned, cartooned afternoons, battling the panic-gutted hot, cold, repeat. I must smash this coma of silence. Did they happen to tell you it's all just a mind fuck? Planless days, gathering into musty decay, emaciated by expressionless starvation. The grey's truth of honesty, scabby and weeping, patched crudely by ill intentions. Did they happen to tell you it's all just a mind fuck? It's all just a mind fuck. It's all just a mind fuck. Strange weather days, psychosis by osmosis, rodent minds in empty malls, groggy vampires with bloodshot eyeballs, weary spirits drained, turned their backs to the light, clinging to distractions, surrendered to the quenching night. Sleep a bitter, sweet distraction, wake in a stabbing sense of fright. So let the sleepwalkers sleep and the woke fuckers weep, while the 1% go on counting sheep. Moss green pumpkin leaves flatter gently on the breeze, a squealing cacophony of school children like screaming caged birds, breaking the not too distant, gentle, windy silence of my backyard garden, piercing louder still until the blaring music of the megaphone gas out the squawking mass, an electronic droning bell drowning all to obedient silence until the next bell ushers in the screaming. So let the sleepwalkers sleep and the woke fuckers weep, while the 1% go on counting sheep. The sleepwalkers keep on sleeping, the woke fuckers keep on weeping, and all the sheep are ba-ba bleating, ba-ba bleating. Thank you. So that's the first one. Now, the second one that I would like to do is called, oh gee, I've just had a blank for a moment. I'm sort of still like, woo. Okay, it's called Stigma Blues. You think you know what's going on in my mind. Just like a billboard, you can read the signs and take 2 pills and go to bed with your cruel words ringing in my head. You call me manic, but say you're stressed. Diagnosis, second guessed. They like to keep me in a box so they can read the label. Don't jump too high, better keep you stable. Don't be too upfront, let's keep it all under the table. Oh no, don't you bother me with stigma. Oh no, don't you bother me with your stigma. Oh no, don't you bother me with stigma. Don't you bother me with your stigma blues. Well, don't you ever express if you're tired, depressed, or they will send the cat team to your home address. Meow. Don't ever say that you're angry or sad, or they will consider you quite mad. And don't ever say that you're angry or frustrated, because you will find yourself chemically incarcerated. Oh no, don't you bother me with stigma. Oh no, don't you bother me with stigma. Oh no, don't you bother me with your stigma. Don't you bother me with your stigma blues. Oh no, don't you bother me. Oh no, don't you bother me with your stigma blues. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Powerful stuff. The lyric that stood out to me was they want to put me in a box so they could read the label. That just, I don't know, really. But yeah, I really like that. The chat's going off. Beverly said that you could sing Aretha Franklin with that voice. So take what you will from that.
Wow, thank you so much.
Everyone's loving it. Thank you for sharing. Powerful, I think, is the correct word to use. Thank you for performing.
Thank you so much for having me.
No worries.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Once again, I don't think I need to ask, but I'm going to ask. So let's all let all of you emote in the chat, and I'm going to introduce the next poet, and I have I'm not I'm kind of proud of this, but I'm also I'm not proud of this this introduction. But I'm going to say it anyway. I'm going to ask everyone: how do you like your potatoes? I like mash. All right, that's terrible, but it's funny. Our next poem. I couldn't help. I've been sitting on that for a long time, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, let's do it. It's that night. It's just we need. I said before, let's get weird. Why not? Let's just do it.
Let's do it.
So
chuck your taters in the chat for Jason, folks.
Oh, yeah, tater chucker. That sounds worse than it should be. All right, we. Hello, poet person. You're going to be performing, so I will give you the floor to perform. So go for it.
Thank you. Thank you kindly, Jason. Thank you to everyone in the chat. Big shouts out to Nabila. Big shout out to Aurora as well for the first time on Talking Blue. It's just amazing to see all of this continuing to grow from strength to strength. And the amount of love that's in this comment section week in, week out is amazing. You would forget that we're in a pandemic and just be forgiven for believing that we're just a really cool group of people who get together, share poetry, and welcome more people into it. And I feel really welcomed into poetry and spoken word, especially through Jason. So I just wanted to take a second, especially on reflection, writing poetry of late, just appreciating that Jason has shown me the ropes, has encouraged and guided me through like forming this event and turning it into what it has been, both physically and online. So just a lot of love for Jason especially, and then Rye for making it what it is on the back end and everything. So big shouts out to all of you for an amazing time. This poem is one that I wrote the other day. It's called Misties, and it came about just I've been reflecting on a friendship that isn't as particularly active of late, and recognizing that sometimes it's better to move things along rather than kind of living in a hope or trying to cling on to something of the past. So it's starting to get down that blue angle for Talking Blue. So this is Misties. We punched out. The plan was set since before the day. The plan was set since before the day began. Post-work pig out at the American diner at the top of Gilbert Road. Imported nostalgia with generous frontage, so passers-by could gawk at our generous frontage. Uniform trouser buttons stretched to their limits like a friendship founded on sales training and codependency, or this analogy. A menu laden with deadly temptations, ideas better left in a brainstorm. Our schedules are bong over haze for business hours, nights planning escape from our perceived prisons. Treacherous schemes and perilous plots, every change seemed designed to rock the foundations of what we thought it meant to be human. Dodging bullets armed with swords and pens, brothers in arms, it was us against them. And then in time, it came to a staggering stop. Like a diner who's bitten off more than he can chew. We knew the enterprise was destined for doom. Competitive spirits egging each other on, make another sale, take another hit. What was encouragement then looks like punishment now. Yesterday's glories forgotten in the face of new perceived threats. So with egg on my face, I look ahead, rising with the sun unclouded for a change, and walk up to the top of Gilbert Road. The diner isn't there anymore. It's a funeral parlor now. Perhaps we'll make a plan to meet there. Thank you.
Oh, well, I've taught you well, so well done.
Jason taught me well.
But he said everyone's loving the chat. As always, the cadence and the flow is annoying because you're a rapper and now you do poetry as well. And I have to be nice because I'm emceeing and everyone can see and hear me now. So well done, Bash. Thank you, and I appreciate it.
Thanks, Jason. Thank you to everyone in the chat as well. Much love.
Yeah.
I'm super excited for who's coming up next, but I'll let you do the emceeing thing. I'm just very, very
Thank
excited.
you. Okay, so we're gonna continue on with the night in just a sec. In just a second, just calm the fuck down. I'm just gonna take a second. We're just gonna chill. Just gonna vibe out for a little second. I'm going to remind you of the tip jar that is down that way somewhere. If you're enjoying tonight, chuck money at us virtually or physically. We will accept it. No obligation, once again. Just it's there. And I said, if I don't say it, the Vibe Union do treat me very poorly. But also, I think we're having quite a fun time tonight. It's been very weird. It's been a very weird couple of days with everything going on. We don't need to go into details, but I'm sure we're all feeling a bit those things. Replace emotions with the noises I made, and that's how you're feeling. So I just want to thank everyone for joining, everyone for being here, and that's as much congratulations and the emotion you're going to get from me at the moment. And we're going to move on to our next poem. And well, no intro does them justice, and so I'm just going to introduce them. Please, everyone, welcome to the stage, Beverly.
Hello.
Hello.
Bonjour.
Good to see you.
Bonjour. Hello. And what
Hello.
a fine evening it is.
Yes, it is.
Yes, thank you for such a wonderful warm welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Yes.
Hope you're well.
Yes.
How are you, Beverly? How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I have survived the earthquake this morning. Oh my God. Do. My house was moving, grooving. Yeah.
That's what we like to hear. Well, I'll let you do what you do best.
Thank you. So good evening, folks. And I just want to acknowledge there's a couple of people on here that are here from a long way. So there's a lovely friend of mine called David Hunter. He's watching here all the way from the Coromandel Peninsula in New Zealand. So it's up near Auckland. So and I'm going to read a poem of David's, and then I'm going to read a poem of mine. And there's another friend of mine who's watching all the way from up near Nanila, which is near Rochester. So welcome, Lisa. She's on tonight. There's another friend all the way from Doreen, and a Bendigo friend. So I'm just, it's a great night. We're alive. We've survived a earthquake. Imagine that. So okay. So my first poem is the title is The Thought Roundabout. When it never stops, it whines and whines. Thought of terror, specific times. The threat feels so real. I know it's not. It's trouble to life, an ugly rot. Look for the light. Get out of the loop. Call in the cavalry. Call in the troops. Get on the wagon. Call your friends. Disappear the problems with the ears that they lend. There's an easy way out. You know it's still there. Reach out to those whom you least fear. Ta-da! There is the poem from David. So my next poem is a light-hearted one, and it's about the fine art of squashing snails. So I have a big garden, and I have been out late at night. Yes. And I've been squashing snails because they eat my flowers. So can I show you Exhibit A? These are my favourite squashing snails. Slippers. They squash a snail from 50 feet. Yes. So here is my poem about squashing snails. Squashing snails is a really fine art. One must have solid shoes on, which is a good start. The dew and some rain brings the snails out. In my succulent spring garden they slide about. The soft leaves and flowers are their favourite meal. Many a leaf is eaten as snails deal. Outside I walk at midnight under the stars, squashing the bastards and sending them to Mars. Squash or throw them and definitely bring mayhem. Snails are ignoring our Melbourne curfew. They're even having large parties to bring snails to. COVID breaches are happening in my spring garden. Many a Frenchman likes eating them. But when? Squashing snails, squash a la squash, my slippers do need a very good wash. My garden paths are dotted by snail mosh. Dead snails under my slippers is definitely not posh. Outside in my lingerie at midnight, I tiptoe, finding big ones and small snails to raise my foot on. My green Melbourne grass is soft underfoot, and so the bastard snails are buried under the winter coals and soot. My flowers all begin to blossom now. No snails to squash, and only the possums. My garden flourishes under sunshine. My beautiful spring garden is all mine. So how's that? Squashing snails. Thank you, young Jason. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Everyone was loving how animated and how much you were getting into that poem. So
well, it's amazing what happens when
thank
you put your notes down, and then you free up your hands and you can jump around.
You can do whatever you want. I think it's appropriate. I want some snail emojis in the chat. Let's fill it up with snail emojis. Those pesky things. Thank you once again, Beverly, for joining us. It's always a pleasure.
Yes.
All good.
Hugs for everyone.
All right. Well, my job's been made a little bit easy now because we have another poet, but they've sent in a video, and there's no shame in it. If you want to send in a video, you can, because God knows I have. If you can't make it or you don't have the ability to perform that night and you just want to chill, video is fine. So, without further ado, I'm going to introduce our next poet, like they're here in person, because that's what I do. All right, please, everyone, welcome the video of Sasha.
One, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
City of the screaming night, I rest upon your outskirts.
1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Spread upon the earth like the remnants of a midnight accident.
1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
The smoke from my fingers climbs to the moon, who I'm sick of. No matter what face she picks, I still call her a liar. And still she blushes, like a car crash, between a nun and a limerick. Within the bright shade of death, insects make love to their shadow or die trying. Over and 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 over until they come out worse and catch us watching with journalistic and scientific integrity. All the while, the wine slowly dwindles, and music left unsung languors on the piano with rusted strings, sleeping like a heartbreak, aching to be played.
1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
City of the screaming night, haze on your horizon. Peek your eyes through jaw-drop fog, through shadowed roofs, through distant trees. In time with laughing stars, their mirth fueled by knowing they are not heavenly bodies, but candles and altars and diamonds strewn on silk. They laugh for we have forgotten. They wish to drown their tears. But wine will not do for this type of mourning. For they know the closer we look at a painting, the less we see.
25, 16, 18, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
This is how we kill gods and bury stars. This is how we betrayed Santa Claus. This is how magic retires to vaudeville. This is how love becomes marriage, becomes subservience, becomes slavery. This is how we end worlds. With arithmetic, not with a bang.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Sasha, for that. We all really appreciate it. Hold on, what's that? Sorry, yes. So this is part of a wider project, and so if you want to see more, feel free to go check out this. Oh, that's the wrong finger. Sasha's Instagram, and a banner will be put up in a second, and you can go see the rest of it. So do that. Thank you, Sasha, for joining us. We really appreciate you and your artistic ability to enthrall us all. So goodbye. Okay. So I'm sure we all enjoyed that. I was reading the comments. It's pretty good. So yeah, if you want to know more, once again, check out Sasha's Instagram. That was intense, but good. All right. So I kind of can't hang on for everyone. So we're moving on. We have a next performer. They dazzled us with their insane atmospherical setup last time. So let's make them welcome. Please put your hands together for Jay.
Hey everyone, what's up?
Hey man, how you doing?
Good. How are you? Thank you. Good to have something to do. Hopefully it runs better technically, better than last time. New mic and all. But some old shit with some new shit. No beat.
Bring it.
I promise.
That's all good. But yeah, I'll let you. I'll just let you take it away. You.
Yeah. One sec. Sorry. This thing's really lagged my computer. All right. Sorry. One sec. All right, here we go. All right. No, Chase here. Was an 8-4 from Grace. That he started will be if I didn't take a stand. We man, you might have lost. I lost the battle, but I lost the war. If there's something gives me a reason to keep on fighting, fall and climb from the ashes, or maybe I just fade away and make some moves and I keep building on yesterday. A point I must prove. Okay. A point I must prove the new me is here to stay. Fucking. Right, bear with me 1 sec. It's lagging. Alright, so I'll just jump to the new shit. Sorry, never run smooth with me. There we go. Alright. Yo, it's lockdown number 6. They be up to their old tricks, but I couldn't give 6 dicks because nothing they say I would stick. I pick a new focus, avoid the hocus pocus, paranoid androids because of all that they show us. Try to think of something not so atrocious, or just like super fragilistic, XP audacious. You know, I'll be super casual, agile, realistic with extroverted focus. There's one idealistic path to feed your soul, but you should already know this. The imperialist raft be a troll. They make it tough to feed your soul. Fake shit makes it rough and slows your roll. Take fake shit to know and show the goal before you blow it all. Be such a blow it all. Won't just show it, you know, got a ball. Knows what it's like to blow it all and fall. Install belief for random grief. Turn you leave with clever beneath the faraway tree. Won't ever bend over despite how hard they're be coming at me. I don't pretend I might go full retard to win some for me. Because this time just be wasted. Don't know what we're facing. I be bracing. I'm not bracing. I'd be embracing opportunity that be arising as they conquer every realm they be chasing. Forever, so much time they be wasting, seldom exist, but submit not ever dead, be overstated. My will be devastated and chase the thrill, not hesitate. Instilled with positive abundance, their fear to relegated redundant, the fear delegated repugnant. I be standing here through Jesus here triumphant. I'm loving it. Everyone became a toad. Nobody knows. They be slight, clearly shows they ain't your friend, they're your foes. This isn't the end. Just go with the flow. Freedom is temporary. To evolve, you must do what is necessary. But fear nothing, and just love. No fear, just love. I think that's it.
Thank you. One question I've always wanted to ask you. So you started off rapping, and then you sort of just come to like you do some stuff with poetry as well. Oh.
Like, but I studied multimedia, so I had that sort of background. But I'm only starting to actually perform. To be honest, I've been running for it. It's still like the clay that needs to be carved. You know.
Got to start somewhere, yeah.
But if we got time, still got time. I don't want to.
We're having quite some difficulty with your internet right now, so I don't know. Yeah, it's sort of struggling to hear you at the moment. That's all. Don't want to.
If it's lagging, that's all right. That'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's all right.
Thank you.
Good. I'll save it for next time. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait to hear it. All right. Cheers, man. Appreciate it. All right. Well, Jay always brings the flows. I think one of the first times he did about his dog. So first time I ever heard someone do something about a dog, their dog, and it was really engaging. So kudos to him. Okay, let's keep going. We have our next performer. They've come to Talking Blue once, in person, and I always say this, always make the same joke. I joked around. I call them Sarah. The real name is actually Libby, but we can call them Libby because that's their real name. So let's do that. So welcome Libby to the stage.
Hello. Thank you for having
Hello.
me. Hello.
Oh, good. Thank you for joining us. How are you?
I'm great. I feel like I could definitely have Sarah energy. I feel like Sarah is a wholesome girl. She does her dishes immediately. She flosses several times a week. So I could 100% be that. Minus a bit much.
Are there any Sarahs in the chat? Do you floss? We'll do a poll.
I've got a bamboo toothbrush, so I feel like shout out to.
I've had one of them before. They're quite good.
They're pretty good.
I feel superior because I'm doing better for the environment while I'm brushing my teeth. So
absolutely, that's what you want. Well, you like seem like an organic kind of guy. I don't know what gave it away. There's just sort of like just have that energy.
I try to keep that. I try to keep that shit secret, but for some reason I give it. I give it away. But
yeah.
Anyway, well, I'll leave you to regale us with what you want to regale us with. So take it away.
Thank you for having me. I have to ask before I do my thing.
Okay.
I've got a song, so I'm using a guitar. Is that okay, or is this purely like a spoken word night? If so, I can try and read it out, but I would love to play a song if it's possible.
Yeah, why not? Let's just do it. I mean, I'm not the sound person, so I'm the MC. I can't say no to singing because we've had people singing before. So I'm not. So I mean, unless someone cuts me off within like 5 seconds now, I am going to say it is A-O.
Oh, okay. It's A-okay, Queens. Someone just commented, Sarah wouldn't use plastic bags at all. Actually, I don't use plastic bags. There's this nice little liquor store, which I don't go in because we love kombucha, and they have these boxes out the front, so I use that for everything. Hashtag box life. This song, I recently went through like a bit of a situationship, which is like a relationship, except for it's not. And this is the song I wrote from it. So I hope you enjoy it. So if you've been in a situationship and you relate to this, then please drop a comment. Or a sweet potato emoji, something. Okay, here we go. You've done me in for the last time. I should have seen it coming. The minute I saw those chocolate brown eyes, should have hit the ground running. But here I am again in a prison of my making. You got off scot-free, and it's my heart that's breaking. But oh boy, I'm not for the taking. Take it back. So let me offer good behavior. I did this to myself. Oh, I don't need no savior. And I don't want your help. I don't want your help. No, I don't want your help. So I got in here and I'ma dig my way out. Yeah. Oh no, there's nothing to cry about. to be honest, I'm still writing this song. So if anyone has any lyric ideas, drop them in the comments. Cause maybe this is a song I'm writing. You're gonna be the one that saves me. It's really original. And after all, you're my wonderwall. Man, that's a really catchy tune. I wonder if it'll pick up. I hope it does. Sorry. But I legitimately am still writing this song, so I just wanted to come on and share like a bit of the verse and the chorus. So that's all I've got so far. MQ, someone's caught on. Girl, that's right from the top of my dome, you know. I didn't steal from nobody. But yeah, good behavior. Just give me a voucher for Bunnings so I can buy a bigger shovel to dig me out of this hole. That's a lyric idea. Yeah. Why are you so hard to hold on to, and even so harder to let go? Yeah, you got your claws in me, but oh, I'm breaking through. And baby, I have had enough with the likes of you and your bad attitude. Yeah. Bad attitude, yeah. Last chorus, and then I'm done. Let me up for good behavior. I did this to myself, and I don't need no savior. I don't want your help. Oh, no. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. I was thinking, I was going to ask everyone to do their best Bunnings emoji in the chat to see what they could come up with. So it's going to be interesting to see what it has been spoken now, so they have to do it. But thank you for coming. Thank you for performing.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. It's been such a pleasure, and thank you guys so much for putting on these kind of nights and having it's so great to have an opportunity to play and meet other artists. And top tip, if you go to Bunnings, there's like plant clippings on the ground, and you can put them in a jar and propagate them. Enjoy your own. Sorry.
Oh, look at that! Look, sneaky.
Market tips.
Yeah. Apparently there's some hot dogs in the. I guess it's sausage sizzle, of course. Yeah. But no munging because that's a lawsuit. So anyway, thank you for performing. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. Catch you guys later.
See you. All right. I know there's no sausage emoji, and it's such a shame. They just don't like Australians, I don't think. Anyway, we're going to keep moving forward. This next person is, I guess, if everyone likes a nickname, it's one reason why you should join in on Vibe Union live streams, because we can, or in person, we can give you nicknames. And this next poet, next performer is we have donned him the name of Shroom King. So, everyone, please make welcome another Sam with the last name Hinton.
Yo, how are we going tonight, everybody? Feeling good?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, good, man. I couldn't help but reading that sign about Donald Duck. Like, man, what did he do? Yeah.
I mean, I try to be funny as best I can.
Yeah, I just saw that. I was like, oh, shit. I mean, I was like asleep. I did not feel
there's a bit of
echo
in the background for you.
Is it bad? It might be the mic.
I'm not a sound person, so I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm just MC.
I can change mics quickly. That might take like a minute. If it's like that bad.
Mute YouTube, apparently.
Oh shit! What? Do I have YouTube open?
I don't know. I'm just reading the background. Unless a person from behind the curtain wants to come in and help out, I don't know.
Yeah.
Now you're muted.
Hey, it'll go away once it's just Sam on screen.
Okay, cool. All right, well, could we just do that? Let's do what we need to do. Let's just do that.
Hey, Sam, unmute yourself here in StreamYard.
Hey, all right. Let's get on with it. On the shores of Utopia, aside beachside views and thick palm trees, drenching in the quicksand as it drags me down deeper, I think of where I have came from and where I am now. Home. What's the meaning of the word? I ponder atop my balcony of my 9-story apartment, atop the world of so long ago. Is home loitering in a parking lot as the sun sets, drinking a 6-pack? Is home lingering on a school night with a Gatorade bong in the vast orange bushscape overpowered by indie folk songs? One thing is true as I light up a soulscape and cigarette. I'm older now. I'm not that same immature play toy who wasted away his education to venture through video games. Fuck me, I was such a foolish little boy, obsessed with sex and status. I am so glad to see how far I have come, but I still have so far to go. Maybe actually I'm still that same scum. My depression introduced itself at 18. I hope to never succumb into its clutches and drown in a feeling of an unbearable numb. I've moved on from such thing. I mean, I think, I believe, but I still remember such thing, even though it has not been so long since I have sung such song. But I fear the thing I fleed from I may never return to, as McGowan slams the border shut till April 22. Nostalgia is truly an addiction that I cannot detox of. My first kiss, sheltered inside the romanticized gazebo. With her presence, I held her lower waist as we gazed at the glistening of a magical azure blue lake, knowing that we could be forever. Such belief was drenched in a powerful lie, as young people just tend to move on and try to chase new things and explore new sexual highs. 1 year later, though, we traveled into the red sundering of the Gascoyne, in the ripper throat of the Rid Desert, atop the edge of our state. We made love in the still ocean on what seemed the edge of our world. No greater desire in the now. It's weird to look at that moment as the then. We broke up. That melody still caused me a great pang. Yet I still remember everything so clearly. What contrast overtakes thee? Hell, I don't think I'm capable of forgetting. Alone in this strange balcony aside a world still to me unimaginable. Will I ever return, or am I doomed to stay? I'll never know till I try to return to the shores of Utopia on its long, dirty freeways going 100k tops. We all know that's just a suggestion when we cop a hefty speeding fine of $300 top. Fuck, I don't even have a car no more in this raging cityscape. So I guess that too is a lie, a memory not of mine. This Christmas, I won't be surrounded by friends and family, but instead a vocal booth and a laptop in my one-room prison with my new lover, and I now hope to hold no other. I'm glad I left my ex. I'm glad that I moved here, but still I'm singing songs of wanting to go back. Take me back, please, to the strange lands of WA. Take me back into Perth CBD. I want to shop for goods unnecessary. I want to dance in the mist of a blurry night, intoxicated by lust, love, and illumination, fueled in a ray of ecstasy, sitting by Elizabeth Quay at 3:30 a.m. precisely. In the yellow morning, we can retreat into the countryside, feast on magical mushrooms and tread into psychedelic fields, losing our minds, fading into insanity in just a slightly affordable Airbnb. The next day, we will come down by the lighthouse in Augusta. So much of home seems to be doing nothing aside a pretty view. Maybe there's something truly beautiful in the absence of needing to do actions. It's actually priceless in the need to do nothing but sit with the people you call friends. My dream of moving on to write the tales atop the Melbourne Star took me here, but now I hear the company claim bankruptcy. The Melbourne Star, much like my clueless soul, seems to fade away into a mystical deception of nothing but a faded illusion of what could have been if I just chose to sit in my house, play games, and stay. I could have been content, but I would have never figured out what else lies ahead. I'll never know what lies ahead, actually. Maybe there's something special in that too. Who knows where I end up in 2022? But no matter where I go, and no matter what I do, the people I meet, the people I love, and the people I engage with creatively, I don't think there's anywhere as special as WA, because that's the place that I grew up in. That's the place I was raised by, the people that surrounded me and made me who I am today. So to those very entities, I wish you a safe existence as you remain in Mark McGowan's little protected bubble state. Will you ever open up your borders to the rest of the world, or will you remain in a constant existence of the children of an overprotective father who fears you may get hurt by the strangers outside those iron curtain walls where you sit static? I'll never know. I may never return where tyranny rules with an iron fist clenched, but I always wonder what is happening back in that now foreign place, on the strange shores of a paradise like utopia. As plastic as the beach gorillas sung about in 2010. Fuck, even that feels like another day when I heard that album for the very first time, and it left me lost astray in a strange place, feeling like I don't belong, feeling like I need to pack a toothbrush and just go away. The irony is a part of me wants to go back to WA, but maybe I never will. So I guess I can keep climbing the hill home. Or I could just give up and stay here, because let's be real for just like a second here. Lockdown or not, I'm actually happier here than I have ever been in WA. So thank you, WA, but I think I'll stay and embrace tomorrow instead of yesterday. But I'll never stop thinking about what is happening on the strange paradise-like shores of utopia back in my hometown, back in WA. Thank you.
Man, all I have to say is I feel the same as you. I'm originally from Tassie, so I was supposed to be there. I was supposed to visit family and for some other stuff as well in August, but that didn't happen. But I'm with you. Yeah, Melbourne to me seems more of a home than where I'm from. So yeah, I sympathise with you with the weird times and the inability to go fucking anywhere.
Yeah, it's been such a weird time to move.
Yeah,
I love Melbourne. Yeah, Melbourne's amazing. You know, like back home was beautiful, but it is pretty just like, it's probably like similar to Tasmania. Like there's not much going on. You know, like it's very just like.
I can tell you that much. But no,
you know.
Thank you for sharing. We always appreciate a visit from the Shroom King. So
well, thank you guys as well. Yeah.
Cheers, man.
See you, man. Take it easy.
You too. All right. Well, that hit me in the metaphorical feels. Fuck you, Mutha. I don't have emotions. Anyway, that's a shout out to Mutha. Anyway, I'm singling them out. Okay, we're moving on. We have our next poet, Tiger Bar, who hails from a jungle somewhere in Melbourne. She'll be performing poetry pieces, and she lives by the philosophy of sign up to events first and think later, and I agree with that. Interesting fact about Tiger Bar is that she lives with just one kidney, because the tumor ain't the right one when she was a baby. I cannot empathize with that. Yet she survives to this day to share her art with the world. So please, everyone, make welcome to the virtual stage, Tiger Bar.
Hey,
hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you're good.
Say something back if you can hear me.
I am saying something back because I can hear you.
Okay, no, I just wanted you to say something back. Kidding.
I would be above and beyond. So.
All right. Well, I'm going to do some poems, but it's important to stay hydrated. And you know when you move and you don't really know where everything is, so you just can't really be stuffed looking for the right thing.
I am a sucker for drinking things out of weird shit. Like
Seriously.
even when I was a teenager, my parents, my mum would be like, "Why are you? Why? This doesn't go in the dishwasher. Why are you drinking out of this?" I'm like, "Because I can, and it's weird." She's like, "Oh, you just I'm off. Like I would rather drink out of that than a normal glass." So,
but I really couldn't be bothered finding a glass. I really needed some juice, and now I've decided I'm never not drinking juice out of a jug. That's it.
And then it's easy access to the mouth. That sounds weirder than it was. Everyone, your favorite drinking receptacle emoji in the chat.
Yes, please.
And with that, I'll give you the stage, and you do you.
All right. Thanks, Jason. All right. Righto. This is my poem, Colourless. It comes with a trigger warning, which just means if you feel uncomfortable listening at any time, you got permission to tune out. And then after this poem, I'll be finishing on a different vibe with my poem called Late Nights. Colourless. And just side note, like both of these are works in progress, in line with my philosophy of sign up and think later. So you're reading, you're reading, no, I'm reading, you're listening to stuff just off the top of my dome. And this one's called Colourless. I thought that I was decimated. I felt totally drained, like I was colourless. I knew in my heart of hearts that I was like a precious stone with a full spectrum of colour, and that in fact I was even more precious than that. Yet I remained held down. I already lost my spot. Okay. Yet I remained held down, feeling colourless, like the life was being drained out of me to the point where I felt entirely unworthy, with shame heaped upon me, shame paving the road, brick by brick, to self-hatred leading to purposeful self-destructive behaviour, colourless. That is where I was living. Feeling a constant tugging of restlessness, unable to find my peace at all, and crying from the utter hopelessness. My soul seemed to be stretched out before me, a chasm of emptiness, and I saw myself walking daily through the chasm, a vast expanse of emptiness, my connection to self totally disordered. As I walked, there was a constant static of thoughts surrounding me, and the thoughts, they lied to me. I listened extensively. I began to walk even more heavily as I let them dictate directly to me. And the bottom line that I walked on across the chasm of my tired soul was that I am a burden and one who is not worthy, that people are simply better off without me. Ouch. As I speak this out, I'm a little bit annoyed at the sheer audacity of me to admit this so openly and freely, that I have a constant battle going on in my thought life and I wrestle with it on the daily. See, life takes place first on the inside, in your mind's eye, our sense of self being scrutinized by the thoughts we hold, and equally our sense of self being open to input from other sources, the company we hold, the media, society, family, friends, and even those who are closest to us or are supposed to be closest to us. These pressing factors all make up part of my own self-identity, yet when I was feeling colourless, there was part of me that knew that it was the incorrect views of certain pressing factors from outside of me that were contributing to me being held down repeatedly. I was left feeling like I had nothing of value to contribute, that I was simply destitute. These pressing factors would not recognize that I am more precious than the most precious of stones. And if I am to compare myself to a precious gem, then I've come to one simple conclusion. Colourless is still a colour. And I can be a gem that does indeed have the full spectrum of colour. And it's actually okay that one of those colours is colourless. It's okay to be there. It's just that it's not the place to remain in. I have to acknowledge the many unique colours that I hold, the antidote to the thoughts that try and be the most bold. My identity is not just one aspect of a multicoloured stone. My identity is more precious than that, and my true worth and value are something to behold. But I have to be the one doing the beholding. I'm the only one who can get those static, toxic thoughts in the expanse of my colorless soul to be disarmed as the weapon that they are, designed to bring me down, filled with emotions that are actually just messages, letting me know that there are things coming up from a suppressed realm that need to be wrestled with, taken in their entirety and broken down until I can just get free. See, being in the colorless zone made me feel I was entirely alone. I couldn't let anyone in because I didn't know how to explain the zone. It's too heartbreaking. How could I get it across to people? How will anyone take it when I admit that I come under such attack in my mind, that I sometimes come into agreement with the lies that whisper that I'll always remain colorless, that the light will never return to me, that I'm destined to be a lone wanderer in this life, and I'll never be worthy of having someone doing it alongside me. But we aren't designed to remain alone. Maybe one person's colorless might just be the favorite color of another. That just makes me think of Brother from Another Mother, but yeah, that was the end of my my poem, Colorless. How's it going? Can you all hear me? Anyone? Yes? Okay. I hope you all heard that. Can you hear me? I just want some yeah, confirmation. Yeah, truth. Cool. Okay. Amusa, you're welcome. All right, on to the next one. This is called Late Nights, and I just want to encourage anyone who wants to write to do a stream of consciousness where you just grab the pen and the paper and just whatever comes out. Here it is. I was probably in my insomnia phase, up late at a friend's house, grabbed a pen, grabbed a paper. This is what happened. Late nights. Scribble thoughts late night on the paper. Feeling lost, lighting up, need a savior. Heart breaks, heart weighs, I can't change it. Did my best, need some rest, need a savior. Heart bleeds through the pen onto paper. Don't worry if I don't know how to change things. Just relax, settle back, let the weight go. I'll be back, never left, didn't stay though. All we have are a few quick moments. Listen in while I try and slow them. I hear the room get quiet. I can pinpoint when my thoughts go silent for a minute. I don't think, I just hear all the nature. Sound of air brings me here. Don't want to change that. Thanks, I'm really thirsty, so I'm going to drink from my jug now.
First of all, I just wanted to say that everyone was appreciating the fact that your drink matched your outfit, and they very much appreciated that.
I coordinated that purposefully. I'm obsessed with color, so the orange juice over in the corner, I was like, that's the last prop I need for my setup.
Well, I mean, that's the first compliment, and then everyone's going crazy in the chat. Put your favorite gem emoji. If there's a thing, do that. Well, killed it like you always do when you're on stage. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me, and don't worry about not being able to empathize with me having one kidney. I actually only found out from my parents a few nights ago that I had the tumor, right? But my kidney, it got dragged to the other side of my body, all together. This tumor ate the kidney and dragged it over to the other side of my body.
Actually, did they segue into that conversation, or did they just bring it up and be like, "Oh, by the way, you've only got one kidney"?
You know what happened? I saw this book, right? And I was like, what's going on here? Where are my kidneys? Oh, okay. So kidneys, right. Okay, they're here somewhere. What happened to them? Oh, hang on. There they are, right? And I realized they were up really high, and my scar is right under my rib cage, because obviously you can't cut through a rib cage. So they cut under the rib cage, and then they found the teratoma tumor, which was wrapped around the right kidney, but the right kidney was dragged over to the left side of the body. So that's how there was no family dinner segue into the kidney tumor story.
Fair enough. I mean, straight shooters. I like it.
I was thinking, where is my one kidney? It's higher than I thought.
Where is my one key? Okay, well, on that
right.
lovely
Thank you
story,
so much.
thank you, and
See ya.
see you again. Cheers. All right. Well, we had a bit of an anatomy lesson, is that thing? Anyway, so we're coming to the penultimate poet. I like saying that because it's alliteration. So, everyone, can you please smack your meat mitts together for J. Kepler?
Nice.
Yeah, there's.
Good use of the meat bits.
Yes, I might be funny, but also it takes effort sometimes. There's a strategy. Hello, J. Kepler.
Hi, Jason. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? He's good. I'm good.
Remind me to punch you next time we see each other.
I will enjoy that to the fullest degree.
Hell yes.
All right. Anyway, sorry, we're flirting aside. I will let you do your poem. So take it away, please, J. Kepler.
Thank you very much. Sorry, everybody. My phone screen went dark. I wrote this earlier tonight. Hope everyone's doing all right. Are my words worthy of sharing? If I can't commit to a feeling, how can I communicate it? I don't know how I'm doing. I could be spiraling upward or down and couldn't tell you which. The constant here is uncertainty, is asking and needing to know. Do I? Why? Where will that bring me? To lyrics I'd like to impress folks by singing, to some chance to be offered a new path to healing? This is feeling uncharitable and cynical even. I've no need to be scolded as sure as I'm breathing. I seethe underneath, still feel that pull of the seeking, but at least for 1 second just now, I didn't.
Short and sweet. We like it. Thank you. Sorry, I missed all that.
Thank you, Jason. And thank you, everybody else.
Thank you. Hope your meat mitts were well slapped for that poem.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. All right. Thank you, J. Kepler.
Bye.
Everyone, let them know what you felt about them in the chat. Put some meat in the chat. That's weird. All right. J. Kepler was our penultimate poet, and we have that means we have one left, and so this poet I've seen around a little bit. They bring enthusiasm, joy, hope. I don't know what's more than hope. They just bring an existence that you want to draw yourself towards. This poet is me, and I'm allowed to say all this because I'm the fucking MC. Anyway, I need to change mics for this, and so I'm going to do this one. And last time people thought it was a dildo, so I'm going to prove to you that it's an actual mic, and it's definitely plugged in. So, without further ado, I'm going to recite a poem that I finished today. So it is literally you shit. So can we spam you shit in the chat for me? Okay. Here we go. I wrote a poem the other week, but I committed the ultimate cardinal sin by convincing myself I'd remember what to write down and say. The best laid plans of mice and men mean nothing if paper never meets the pen. All I do remember, though, is that I was sitting alone in the park, lost in my own brain, and as the sun shone down, for a brief moment, I was lost in thought, because Nothing mattered. I was simply living in that exact point in time of peace and quiet. The cynicism stripped my mind, and all that I heard was the sound of magpies replacing any thought that tried to deafen me. Contentment, the only word to describe it. But, like all good things, they do eventually appear to come to an end. And so, unfortunately, with that, my euphoric utopia was invaded. Because regrettably, reality appears to always continue to be unavoidably occurring. I got distracted by fractures in practice. See, as I was walking home, I witnessed a man standing there, releasing birds into the sky. Enough until a big flock formed and began circling above his head. All the birds strangely seemed to have both wings that were right. And all they could do was keep circling, unable to turn left when in flight. But the image was interrupted by the echoing sound of guns being fired. And so I jumped for cover, hoping not to get hit. But when I peeked my head out from behind a tree, I saw the same man aiming a rifle into the air and taking pot shots at the same birds that he just released. Plumes of feathers exploding, then gently raining down and then hitting the ground. But the man looked lifeless, as though he was neither enjoying what he was doing, nor did he show any disdain for his actions. I watched until this man took every last bird from the sky, leaving nothing but silence and destruction. He turned to me. His eyes were empty, and before too long, a shadowy figure appeared behind him, dressed in a cloak, scythe in hand. The smell of corruption stung my nostrils. Within an instant, the man disappeared. The gun fell to the floor to join the creatures it had just destroyed. And then I just walked home with whatever contentment I had just felt now long dissipated, trying to make sense of what I just witnessed unfold before my eyes. That night I lay staring at the ceiling, wide awake, pondering the vivid images that poured inside my mind. I wrote a poem the other week. I wrote this one down, and no mice nor men made me forget to get it to paper or pen. Sadly, it does not capture the whimsical moment, because all I could remember to write was that the Grim Reaper does not fear death. It does not worry about who takes their final last breath. It does not fear any weapon or bullet. It does not care about the trigger or who happens to pull it. It takes no responsibility for the destructions it reaps from. Souls are collateral, just as long as we succumb. I just want to go back and sit in the park and once more, or better yet, live within utopian ecstasy and then simply forget. All right, that was me and my poem that I just said. So, yes, that was me. I don't know what to say. Thank you all for coming along. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for participating. Thank you for all the poets that performed tonight as Vibe Union. We really appreciate it. So I'm going to spruik once again other events. Next Wednesday we have Vibration Creation, which is the writing literally a song in 3 hours, and that night in the live stream. It's quite fun. And on Saturday, on the 2nd of October, we have the Kairos live stream from 6 to 8:30. All the links, or if all the information is Vibe Union, if the link could Vibe Union link somewhere here, can go somewhere there at some point. There we go. Do that. And look at that, and do what you want with that. And yeah, it's been a great night. I think we've all had fun. We've all enjoyed, and we've all felt. Most of us have felt things. And unless anyone else wants to interrupt me right now, I think this is the perfect time to end the night and fade off into existence. So